explaining how the hurricane affects, if your bottom, I'm like, okay, how does the hurricane affect the bottom oyster beds?
Well, you saw the pictures above.
Right.
Same thing happened on the bottom. Basically turned the bottom over, blew the oysters off the reefs in Biloxi, Mississippi, and the swimming pools of Russian oysters. It blew them with that tidal surge. It just blew them off the reefs and pushed them with the waves. It also turns the bottom over, breaks up the marsh, and then the marsh will sink, and it'll be on top of your oysters and the grasses and things like that, and it deoxifies water and kills the oysters. Covers them with mud as well.
Isn't all of the losing of the wetlands just, is that creating more places for oyster beds?
It has over the many years that we've been, losing our wetlands. There's more oyster producing areas today, but you also have to have the nutrients to produce product. And at a point when that, we'll hit a cliff at a point. Right now we're still doing well, and I think we'll be okay for my generation. Kevin's getting up maybe at the right time. No, I think the next 2 or 3 generations are fine. If we don't stop this, we're going to be in trouble. It's one of our real challenges in South Louisiana. It really is. Oysters are produced in a 5 to 15 part per thousand salinity regime. It's where the rivers hit the Gulf. The Gulf is, of course, saturated with salt, 35, 40 parts per thousand. Fresh water is 0. There's a narrow band along the coast where oysters are produced. I could keep talking forever, I promise you. The nation produces 750 million in-shell pounds of oysters a year. The second largest producing state is the state of Washington. The West Coast actually produces a different oyster. It's a Japanese or Pacific oyster. Prosostria gigas. It can get very, very big. The Gulf produces the American or Eastern oyster, Prosostria virginica. So from Brownsville, Texas up to Maine, we produce one oyster, and from California up to Alaska, truly, they produce another oyster, which is the Pacific oyster. And a lot of people ask me, what's the best tasting oyster? And there are oysters produced all around the world. And I was still chair of the National Fisheries Institute and Alaskan Shellfish Committee, which is the national group that kind of, from an industry perspective, oversees this. And so you get that question every once in a while. So my answer to them, to whoever asked that, before you ask it, is generally it's wherever you're raised. Where you were raised is where it tastes the best. Used to. Yeah, that's right, what you're used to. Your taste buds develop, and that's what you really like. So I'm from Louisiana, so the best oysters in the whole world are from Louisiana because I'm from Louisiana. That's what my tastes tell me. Now, I'm going to play a video, and then I'll let Kevin and Lane take you from here. Kevin is our star in the video. He'll disappear on Friday out of the video. We had Food Network in here. It was a program called We'll Work for Food, and in about less than 15 minutes, they can show you things at the harvest level that we can't show you here. They can take you through the production, and I can share with you that our production process, which you'll see in the back, changes here. One of the things we're known for is moving and doing things differently on a regular basis. So the plant looks different today than it did, was this January? 2 years ago when we ran this. And we try to, even though we're not that technologically advanced, we are way technologically advanced compared to the rest of the oyster community. So we're going to play this for you, and then I'm going to have Kevin and Lane take you on a tour, and then I'll see you guys when you come back up front, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. Any questions before I start this?
What is the season for oyster right now?
Right now it's farms predominantly that are producing. There is really no season. Oysters are eaten year round, depending on generally your nationality. Hispanics love them in the summertime. Americans love them in the wintertime. Orientals love them year round. I mean, it's just amazing. The different nationalities eat things differently, so we produce pretty much year round. Our busiest times in the summer.
What about that rule about don't eat an oyster with